Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. For the present, we get sadness and isolation. Sadness and isolation. I haven't seen this card before. It's okay to feel sad. When we're little kids, our parents don't teach us that. I mean, what do we hear when we're little kids? We basically hear, if we cry when we're little kids, we hear, I'll give you something to cry about. And somebody tries to shut up our sadness real fast, don't they? You could be dealing with some sort of grief. It says love can bring both joy and sorrow. When disappointment enters your life, it's important to acknowledge the accompanying sadness and feelings of loss. However, it's equally vital not to dwell on the loss. The temptation may be to isolate yourself from the world and cling to your grief. This card is a reminder to trust that this situation, as hard as it may be, is in your best interest. It's time to gently let go of the sorrow and disappointment. Sorrow can hold you back, or it can elevate you to new levels of understanding. Okay? Focusing on your sadness and loss will prevent you from attracting new, positive energy around relationships. So it's time to turn your disappointment into hope for the future. Ask what lessons you can learn from the situation. Move beyond despair into healing and joyful love. Let go and move on. You have more powerful spiritual forces helping you than you could ever imagine. So you could be surrounded by a lot of angels and a lot of spiritual forces helping you at this time, even though you feel alone. Um, this is one of the things I don't like about spirituality, and I didn't like it in the description of this card. Oh, if you would just stop being sad, if you would just focus on positive things, love could come in. And okay, but some people need to feel their sadness in order to move past their sadness. Now, there has to be a balance of sadness. It's okay to be sad sometimes, but you wouldn't want to lay in bed all day because you're sad. Because then what happens? You don't get enough water, you don't get enough food. So try to focus in the present on water and food and doing things that make you happy. And I'm not saying be happy all the time, but maybe you could do something that people do for anxiety, which is take a certain amount of time out of your day to feel that feeling. I mean, it's okay to, take a certain amount of time out of your day to feel the feeling that you want to feel. Because regardless of whether you choose to feel that feeling or not, that feeling's going to keep coming up in other areas of your life if you don't feel it. Feel it. I was gonna say fill it. Like fill your life with sad. No, like just feel your feelings, but make time out of your day to focus on good things as well. Okay. Now, in your past, we did have coming together. Coming together. This was you and someone else coming together. Tell me about coming together. Come together right now. Okay, so in the past, somebody forgave you, but you didn't see it that way. This is a card of healing, of people coming together in a spirit of love and forgiveness. Okay? This person called a truce with you, Aquarius. You either used to be married, or if you did have some sort of separation, if somebody called a truce with you in the past. You may not have seen it as a truce, but that's what they did. They called a truce on this. Whatever they said to you, that was their truce. It's kind of like, if you wanted to watch a movie that day and they wanted to go skateboarding instead. And they said, "Well, that's great that you want to go watch a movie, but I'm going to go skateboard." And that's what they did. And that was their way of having a truce with you. They let you choose your path and they chose their own path. They made a truce with you. Now, in the future, we have healing begins. Okay? Healing begins. I'm laughing because, for you to be in this sad, isolating energy, it's almost like you think this person was perfect. Aquarius, nobody is perfect, okay? Nobody. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's God. Nobody is the savior of the world. I mean, God is God. Nobody is God but God. And um yeah. If this person were perfect, you wouldn't need to heal from them, right? Something involving it could be, your family of origin and the person you were dealing with, but you're healing something. Nobody's family is perfect and no person is perfect, okay? So you're going to heal in the future. The things that you're letting go of may include difficult relationships, the need to control, the fear of being alone, or anything else that's causing stress and unhappiness. By releasing them, you free yourself to embrace the supportive energy around you. Allow it to carry you onward and let the healing begin. So, in the future, there are going to be people that want to support you and that want to help you, but you can't heal unless you let go of certain things. So, for example, if some of you are drinking, you need to let go of the bottle. You need to put down the gin and maybe take up gin rummy. I made a corny joke. Put down the gin and take up gin rummy. I used to have a best friend, and me and her used to play, gin rummy. I really watched it mainly between her and one of her friends, but whatever you're holding on to, you need to let go of it so that you can heal in the future. Because whatever you're holding on to is preventing you from healing. Sometimes it's as simple as admitting there is a problem to get rid of that problem, right? When my mother was dying, I used to drink a lot. And I actually talked to one of my friends about it one day. I said, maybe, maybe I need to attend a 12-step meeting. Maybe I'm an alcoholic, and my friend was all, I don't think you're an alcoholic. You're still pretty responsible, even though you drink a lot. And I don't know. I mean, I don't drink anymore, but during that time, I was drinking a lot. And it could be something as simple as admitting there's a problem. My name is so and so, and I'm an alcoholic. And once you admit it and once you get it off your chest, whatever your issue is, people are going to come in to help you heal. But right now, you're surrounded by angels that are just observing you. They're not really telling you how to live your life because they know that they can't control you. You have to be the one that decides what you want and don't want in your life. So, feel your sadness and then figure out what it is you need to let go of from your life. And then people can step in and help you. But otherwise, people are just going to observe you and not do anything. I'd rather have someone help me than someone talk about me. I mean, that's just me, and going back to the alcohol example, if I was an alcoholic and I was drinking a lot and I didn't have a schedule in my life, people would talk about me. People that care about me, they talk about me and they'd be like, well, her, she's always been that way and there's nothing we can do, and, and that's what they would do. But if I were able to come to them and admit that I have a problem, then that's when they could come in and help me. But as long as you're not admitting what's going on, nobody's going to step in and help you. They're just going to look at you and be like, well, Aquarius. You know how Aquarius is. So this is a reading that's either about alcohol, gambling, codependency, addiction. There's something going on here that you're not letting go. That's all I have, Aquarius. And this doesn't have to be about drugs or alcohol. This can be about codependency. It can be about anything that you're not willing to let go of, okay? But you actually have a lot of people that care about you, and you may not realize it at this time. Thank you.